I got my 45 in my face. When a nigga getting Benjamin, everybody with him. Then when he ain't really getting it, ain't nobody listening. I was showing loyalness when them was never showed to me. Snaky niggas poisonous, working, watching in a week. Niggas talk about me, but it's mine when I come around.
Yo, what's going on, big family? It's your dog, the Ultra Melanite, coming to you live and direct once again from Charleston, South Carolina, aka the Holy City, you dig me? And today we bringing y'all part 2 in the interview with Charleston's own Mr. Taylor. Today we discussing polygamy, you dig? We got sort of similar views and then kind of opposing views at certain points on polygamy, so we decided to bring this to the forefront. You know what I'm saying? I gonna go ahead and go first and go ahead and jump off the porch and say the main thing I agree with this whole polygamy thing is for family stability. I feel like the only reason we caught on this whole marriage tipping the way that we doing now is because we've been mentally enslaved by our oppressors. The only reason that we view having more than one wife as being bad is because the system that we in made you think that was bad. But I feel like our indigenous ancestors, you dig, some of them boy may have had one wife, some of them boy may have had 10 wives, you dig. I ain't saying that it's for everybody, but the first thing I'll say is that it'll help the family structure in the so-called black community right now. We got a lot of women that got multiple, baby daddies, or men who got multiple baby mamas. We could have bring everything together and raise that under one household, you dig? I mean, what you feel about that, man?
I mean, if you really look at it, you can hear me?
Good.
If you really look at it, there's a lot of polygamy going on. You feel what I'm saying? As far as these different baby daddies and stuff like that. But not under the household.
Right.
Me personally, financially that would help the nation because, all the tribes, all the nations, all the unification of a family like that, because it'll be a lot of finance in the house. You'll be able to do a lot, if it's structured right, you know what I mean? Me personally, I don't even want to talk about that yet. I'm gonna wait till you ask me. But yeah, I think it would be a good thing, but the dynamic of the mind right now, the mindset, just like you see, we under a colonial rule, and we got that mindset now, so things like that far-fetched for some people.
Right. I mean, and it might be far-fetched for some of us too. Like I say, I ain't trying to advocate that for everybody. I ain't saying that every man on the planet is supposed to have multiple wives, but let's look at this too in another logical sense. Look at how much of our brothers institutionalized, you know what I'm saying? How much so really the black woman, the so-called black woman at a disadvantage, she got less to choose from. You dig what I'm saying? Because the black men is such a lower, a minimal resource right now on the planet. But like you've been about to get into this now, man. How would you attack that situation on your own? How you feel about you being a polygamist? Me personally, I feel like I could handle that situation. Me and my gal line had these talks. I know you and your gal line had these talks. It's good to be open, you know what I'm saying, at least have intellectual conversations with your significant other. But how you feel about you being in that
shit, bro? I can't, bro. Like keeping that shit wild, I can't do that.
But explain to people why you can't do it.
Because I have a lot of listen, bro. I can't deal with two women under the same roof who got that aggressive mentality, like. In some sense,
our woman aggressive too.
Very aggressive, bro.
Right.
You see me? I can deal with one. You know what I'm saying? But in my situation, I got three baby mamas. You know what I'm saying? So even if I was to unify with two women under one household, unification under one household, I still got 3 other baby mamas.
So what if you were to bring all of them boys in?
That shit ain't gonna work. That'll never work.
All right, so then let me kick
because emotionally it wouldn't work. Right. It would work financially, but emotionally it wouldn't work.
Right.
And being a man, me knowing what it takes, and I ain't got this just down to a science, but me knowing what it takes to please one woman and
Right.
having to deal with two
Yeah.
on an emotional level, because
Yeah.
physically, intimately, you might can succeed on that side, but
Right.
everybody, all females different.
Right.
So you got to be in tune with both of them females, three of them females, however you do it, you got to be in tune with them to know when it's an issue. A lot of communication got to be held. I ain't a talker like that when it comes to my relationships. Like, I try, you know.
Right.
I
Right.
try, but me having to talk all the time, I don't got time to talk. Like, I don't
Right.
be in the house most of the time. So for me to sit down and talk because you got an issue, I don't know how to do that all the time. Like, sometimes I ain't even in the mental space to even have them types of conversations. You
Right.
feel me? Like, I gotta pay bills. I ain't thinking about no what's going on right now.
But see, check this out now. See, in retrospect, first of all, like you say, yeah, you got to pay bills, you got to do that. You would have been more stable, so you wouldn't have to worry about all of that. You dig? So,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And like you say, you got a real valid point in today's world, because you're speaking from our perspective in today's
Yeah, our
world.
perspective right now.
A
Yeah.
lot of that, what we talking really wouldn't work. And I want to make something clear to the women viewers and to the men viewers. We ain't talking about this on no sexual level at all. You dig?
At all.
Yeah,
At
we ain't
all.
trying to do this on no pornographic sex tip. We talking about reality and helping to build back our nation. So, yeah, I feel you 100%. So my question to you is, what if your baby mamas was a little bit more stable-minded? What if, you know what I'm saying, that you can get all of them boys to agree with each other and get them boys in a safe emotional space? What if things been a little bit different than the reality that we live in now in this jungle? You think you would be able to do it at that point?
I mean, if it looking at but
Right.
you gotta, back to what we've been saying, like, we gotta see it. We all damaged, bro. We all damaged emotionally. We all damaged psychologically in a sense. But, looking at it from a different aspect, just to think about revenue wise, if we was to pool our resources, all my baby mamas make like $50,000 a year minimum. You feel me?
Right.
That's just a guess.
Right.
You feel me? So you think about all that. That's already $150,000
Right.
in one household. You
Right.
feel what I'm saying? We would be up real fast.
In 5 years, y'all wouldn't.
Year plan.
Right. That's what I was
Millionaires.
just about to say.
You
Y'all
feel what I'm
were
saying?
millionaires in a couple years.
But ain't women nowadays, from what I see on social media and what I hear, women ain't trying to share. You feel what I'm saying?
All right, but
they,
all right.
they do share, but they don't be trying to share.
Right. So all right. So let's kick this from another aspect to the woman. Like you say, most women, including my own, ain't willing to share. You understand
Right.
me? But then too, like we talked about earlier, our black women, our so-called black women, at a disadvantage when it comes to finding a man. We got
Right.
men who incarcerated. We got homosexuality running rampant
Rapid.
through the neighborhoods.
Right.
And then we got a culture of men growing up that don't even want a woman. They don't even want a family. So they come
Right.
into this situation thinking, man, I just screw in this girl and then jump into this girl. So the resources for our so-called black women very, very limited as
Right.
according to other races. Other races of women don't have no problem finding a man. Well, now we got certain good men out of our community. What happened? That certain good man started attracting 3 and 4 different women because they ain't got no good man in their life. And
Right.
now, like you say, we emotionally damaged and stuff too. Now you got a man that's building some type of bond with outside women. But his main gal, because that's how we call them in the community, your main gal's
Right.
your side chick, your
Your
main
main
gal
gal.
ain't trying to hear that. She ready to kill them other girls. Well, I
Right.
feel like if we had unified better as a community, we wouldn't be going through the problem. Them women, most women nowadays don't even have woman friends, man. You know how much women you talk to and be like, man, I don't have woman friends. I only got man friends.
Right.
Well, we got issues with that, bruh. Why is
Right.
that? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because if you go back to the tribal sense, all of the women in the tribe really run the tribe. They run the government. You
Right.
feel me? They couldn't communicate. They in them governments them tribes wouldn't survive.
Right.
So now nowadays we sitting back watching how communication is being broken. Everything is in the negative. People see each other as opposition or problematic in some sense, or I'm gonna one up you instead of unifying, and that causing a big rift in the whole situation also.
Right.
But You know, it would be a great advantage if it could be done. But that's sharing. They say sharing is caring, but I
Sharing
don't
is
know.
caring,
I
man.
think a man having two women in the house, he ain't got no room to stray. He in that house, man.
He in that
You
house.
feel
He
what
ain't
I'm
got
saying?
no
He
room
in
to
that
stray.
house.
And then what about the churn? The churn all being
Yeah,
raised
everybody
together.
raised the same. You feel
I
they raised
listened at your
together, they
boy
raised the same.
Akon, man. You know the singer Akon, and
Right.
that boy said, man, he had several mamas. You know what I'm saying? And I think he got multiple wives right now too, because that's
Right.
their culture in Senegal. Well,
Right.
our indigenous culture right here in America, people partake in multiple wives, and like I say, I ain't trying to perpetuate no myth saying that that's for everybody. That every man need to be running out here grabbing 4 and 5 gal. Dang, what he is. That's for some people, and that ain't for some people.
The Senegalese people.
Right.
Me, I look at it. I see where that can be empowering, because if you got 7 mothers nurturing a group of kids, they ain't at a lack for love at all.
At
You know,
all.
that father structure in that house, he's the I guess what you would say. I can't even call it the head of the household, because when you in any household, the women are the head of the household. So that
And
household
our
be
culture, but
in
European culture
our
is
culture.
different. Yeah.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Women are the head of the households. I go on a frequency level.
Right.
If that woman ain't right in the house ain't functioning properly. The children mad, everybody
The
out
man mad.
So
Yeah.
right, if the woman, if the female in that household is not in her proper space, or in her proper you know, she her frequency off,
Right.
everything wrong. You know what I
Right.
mean? So to me, if you got 7 women who balance, or 3 women who balance, or 2 women who balance, that's a loving house, because ain't no envy, ain't no jealousy. Everybody being loved equally. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think at times that would I think the upbringing for kids like that would probably be better, because of the unification situation. They see how they can be a powerful group just leaving out the house. They unified in a total different way. So yeah, I think it's a great. It could be a great thing if it's taken seriously and done the proper way.
I mean, think about it. Your kids
Non-sexually.
Your children wouldn't even have to worry about going to school. You can homeschool all your children with ease. The
Right.
burden of raising a child wouldn't be put on one woman, because as you know, raising kids, if you got one or if you got 3, man, it's almost about the same. Well, if you
Right.
got 3 or 4 women in that household, they taking turns doing different things, dropping these kids off or making dinner, or, you know what I'm saying, and working together to make all of this thing work. Man, the household will be much stronger. Like the point you just hit on. For me, our woman is the head of household. Them boy, our spiritual Santa. You dig?
Right.
If we can get our spiritual Santa back, bro, we wouldn't be in the position that we is, man. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
think that polygamy is a way that we need to move forward, going into the future, man, in order to repopulate this earth in the right
The
manner.
proper
If
way.
not, man, we gonna be screwed.
And you gotta look at it too. It ain't just the repopulation. It's the the reconditioning of our people also, because if them kids coming out these households being productive in the right mindset, that would change the whole dynamic of the people as a whole. Because
right.
if you're doing it and they moving on, that's the new generation. They got a whole different train of thought. You feel what I'm saying? They ain't totally indoctrinated. They can come out here and be successful because they ain't stuck in that paradigm. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that's a great thing. I just think I can't do it, man.
Right. And that's the whole reason I want to have this conversation with you.
I
You know what I'm
can't
saying?
do it.
I
I wanted them who can't.
Right.
I can't.
And that's why I wanted to have this conversation, so we can show them boy that, look, yeah, man, you a strong dude from the city, and you still don't even want that part. You dig what I'm saying? Now, I personally think that you would be in a better position if that's what you could. If you could get all your baby mamas together. I feel like the only reason that you feel like you can't is because the mental state of our people. If our mental state been better, you'd have had all of your baby mamas together, all your children together. Your boy would have been an army. That's how you build your clan.
I mean, yeah, I could have possibly, I know I could have, but
right.
You got to think of the mental conditioning of the female counterparts, to bring them into that dynamic. See, nowadays, and everybody knows this, nowadays, females, they want that one-on-one relationship with no cheating.
But why?
You feel me?
Why?
I mean,
What is cheating?
that's that mental enslavement, bro. That's that
Right.
propagated knowledge. That's that indoctrination. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. It's different strokes for different folks,
For different folks, right?
Man, when we start to let the outside govern our spirituality and how we live our life, that's the death of us, dog. You
Right.
dig? Man, so I mean, I feel like that's one of the major ways to break the mental slavery. Now, and I know these women are big on marriage. When we talk about, polygamy, we ain't talking about going to the courthouse and getting married, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know that's illegal right here in the United States. We ain't promoting nothing that can send none of y'all to prison. You dig? But
you don't got to do that.
You don't need that.
You can do a contract amongst you and your
once you
people,
make
get
that
notarized,
contract, man, you don't
make
even
your own
need that.
contract.
I don't want no notary. I don't want nothing. Once I talk to my lady and I say, look, yeah,
We married.
you would you, we married, dog. I don't need nobody. I don't need nobody to tell me that I with this person. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, what kind of stuff that is, man? You
Right.
dig? So I mean, I don't care about the notary public. I don't care. I think I told you a story in Virginia about the Indian man who had 3 wives, and when the government came to him, the white dude came to him and said, "Look, yeah, our government changed. You can only have 1 wife, so you need to go to your other 2 wives. You need to pick one and tell 2 of them that you ain't married to them no more." Indian dude look at the white dude and laugh and say, "Hell, you pick him." The significance of that story is that my man didn't care. He didn't care about no. He don't care if the state recognizes marriage. Long as the
Right.
people that he would recognize as marriage, they good. Them people live together and they supposedly died together. You dig?
Right.
So I mean, all of this is about breaking the mental mental slavery. The word government means to control your mind, and that's exactly what we got going on right now with this conversation we having. Is because our people under mind control, dog. We feel like we got to go to the courthouse. If we don't go to the courthouse, we ain't married. Man,
Right.
what kind of stuff that is, man? Everything in our life we need acknowledgement from these people to move forward, man. Nah.
So, what do you feel are the benefits of it, a polygamous relationship?
Like I said, man, first the number one benefit gonna be the family structure, the rebuilding of the family structure. If we can get all of our children together under one household, raised together under one man, then all of the children will be vibrating on the same frequency. They have the same kind of upbringing. So the number one thing would be family. The number 2 thing in today's world would be financial stability. You dig what I'm saying? Because now you ain't spending money here, spending money here. Right now we spending money in 4 different places to try to keep our family straight. Well, dog, that's stretching you too thin.
Question.
Right.
Do you think females think any man is worthy enough for that type of? Most females, to me, would think that's a not a privilege, but that's almost crowning a man.
It is.
That's almost crowning a man. Do you think any of these females, in our culture right now, would look at a man and saying he worthy of being the center? I don't want to call it the center, but being the male in that type of unit?
I think that there's several women that would happily accept that situation. They would rather know where they man at and what they man doing than have to worry about this man running around with this gal and that gal, and like you say, bringing home some STDs or whatnot. So I think in this world, I think that we not molding our woman to fit their mental state, because right now, man, you and I know very well, man, people got main chicks. And they side chick know they got a main chick. Well, that side chick ain't going nowhere. She in love too. You got side chicks that gonna say, look here, man, I don't care about your gal. I don't care what's going on. As long as you with me and you gonna do with me, then we good. Well, that woman right there already prepped for the situation. It's the one that you made your main that had the problem at that point. You dig what they're saying? And then, like I said, we had several conversations with other females too. You know what I'm saying? Had a very intellectual conversation the other day with your people. And she put me on. She got the same type of mental state that we got when it comes down to this. My gal got the same type of mental state. I think the problem that the barrier that they have as being our woman is that, dog, we don't really want to share our man in today's world because of how it looks to the outside world.
And I think it's ego,
right?
And
that's the same
perception.
Thing.
Outside perception.
Right.
Like people looking at your wife or your two wives like they dumb.
Judge exactly through the eyes of our oppressor, man, and that's what we doing. We judging everybody through the eyes of our oppressor.
Right?
You think what I'm saying? I mean, I feel like now me and you might be in a different place with this because of our age group, all right? Now we promoting this pretty much towards the younger people and the essence of love. Like we say, nothing to do with sex and the essence of love. Now, in a situation where we already got children and we this and that, we you know what I'm saying, we already scattered. We broken type of people. But if we could have started all over, I feel like I would have did things a little bit different. I hope you would have did things a little bit different.
I mean,
too,
if I've been in the mental state I am now, when I was younger,
exactly.
I always tell my little partners, man, it's best to have your kids in one household. You know?
Exactly.
And why I say that is because you dealing with different temperaments when you dealing with kids outside that one household.
Right.
Now, jealousy may not come into play with certain situations, but it is a jealousy factor that's embedded. And why is that? Because you got one baby mama thinking that the other kid's getting more than her child, so you always be some friction.
Right.
You feel me? And I always told my kids, if I can't buy for one, I ain't buying for none. You feel what I'm saying?
Hey, I just like you. We splitting everything down. So I mean, I think the main thing that we all can take from this conversation is that as long as we put the right love and the right energy into the situation, man, it'll be perfect for our people. You know what I'm saying? We ain't saying that it's for everybody, but for some people, they definitely need to be able to have more than one wife inside the household. For a person like you, it would be definitely more beneficial for you to be a polygamist than to be in the situation that we are in now as a broken state of people. One thing you got to know about the so-called black man is that we not like other people. We still got that old indigenous drive within us, even though we might be assimilated, you dig? So we still got our indigenous spirituality within us, and that's why the black man get a bad rep for saying we cheaters and we do this, man. Our people ain't that bad. We looking at our people through the eyes of our oppressor, man, and we gotta quit that, you dig? If that man is a good parent to his children and is a good man to the woman that he chose to be with, what trash we got to talk about that man? You dig? What trash we got to talk? And while we on that tip before we ride out, man, I just want to ask you a quick little viewpoint on my man, the Piper R. Kelly, because I see he going around heavy on the internet. So I want your opinion on my man. You dig?
I mean, I don't really want to, most people who ask me about it, I look at it from a logical standpoint. You got some people's grandfathers 20 years older than their grandma. You feel me? They married at the age of 14. So you got to look at that like, is that embedded? Is that something akashic? Is that something that they, that's not seen as unnormal? You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you got older women who deal with younger men. You got, it's just not publicized like that.
Right.
But that's okay if I 16, 17, and I dealing with a woman who's 27, she just dealing with me on the sexual note. But what is that?
And she might not. She might even really deep down inside want something more. But the perception, the outside world won't let her do that. You dig?
Right.
The outside world wouldn't let her do that. So now, me personally, man, I feel like Kelly one of them people inside that blood world. So yeah, them boy nasty. They you know what I'm saying? They doing all kind of blood rituals and whatever else they got going on. Have my man name himself the Pied Piper. But this situation right here happened 30 years ago?
20 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, man, I've been in high school when this right here been going on. I mean,
20 years ago.
You kind of beating a dead horse with this situation.
I mean, I look at I mean, but this thing deal with a lot more. This way more. This way deeper than people really looking at it on a surface level. And I ain't trying to save man. You know, he is who he is. He does what he does.
But man, nasty.
You know
Hey,
LZ though.
hey, but they,
Because listen, man, Jay-Z been doing the same stuff.
I ain't
You
talking
feel
about
what I'm
that.
saying?
I
No,
talk,
but I just saying
yeah,
you got a lot of these celebrities who deal with these younger people and they ain't even looked at. You know,
right.
you got her situation. You got to mirror her
Yeah,
situation
you got
with
to think. Yeah, even Jay Z and Beyonce. Yeah, you're right.
Hugh
Right.
Hefner, bro. Hugh Hefner.
You have to marry them things at
Playboy,
18.
18, 17, 16. Who's to say he ain't been dealing
Right.
with them?
Come on.
You feel me?
He had to be. I feel
Right.
you. What I
So
talk
when you
about.
look at
Go ahead.
when
Go
you
ahead.
look at it, from the perspective, and I just saying you got to be way deeper than that. You got to look at legacies, man. Every person that we had that been so called in the lead, when you take your Malcolm X's, your Martin Luther King, they tarnish them legacies some type of way, regardless. You know, Michael Jackson, they been trying to say he been playing with little kids. You had
Right.
Martin Luther King, they been trying to say he been dealing with white women. Now they trying to say Malcolm X been gay. You know, when you look at it from a surface level, you see it as being what it is. I don't see it like that. I see it like legacies are being destroyed. Now, not to say that he isn't guilty of whatever he's done, but what I'm saying is they don't let no legacy go about without tearing it down. And
Right.
that's just normal for them.
All
You
right.
feel
So
me?
Dan, let me hit you with another aspect because I know we have these conversations. I'm glad you say that. So you don't think his stance and that boule or that Illuminati, you know what I'm saying, that Baphomet type of ideal is the reason why he paying his penance right now? You don't think that maybe he did something to go against the grain for breaking an oath that he made with these people? Because we
I
know them
mean,
boys, did them things, bro. Them
it
boys
could
did
have.
some things, man.
It could have been that one or two things. You got to think though. They said, okay, well, Bo Cosby situation. You know, all these females that this man supposedly drugged,
Right.
been of age.
Yeah.
They've been in a party structure, like
Right.
they've been in a party background. They've been
Right.
party girls.
They
You
know
feel
what's been
me?
going down.
They've been doing drugs. These been drug addicts.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So now you looking at this situation. You got 60-year-old girls who trying to get with a older man with a lot of money. You feel me?
Right.
Now they might not be mentally capable of dealing with the torment or dealing with this man, but they know what they doing.
They know what they're
I've been in
doing.
middle school. I've been in middle school, bro, and girls who been my age, 13, 12, 13, had 21 and 22-year-old boyfriends picking them up from school.
Same
You
boat.
feel me?
Same
Had
thing here.
whole apartments with guys older than them.
Right.
And you ain't been hearing no grandparents talk. I ain't been hearing nobody say nothing because that been somewhat the norm.
That been the norm.
Even if you look in the European side of things, you got them old, man, they be marrying 16, 17-year-old girls, bro.
Man, in the
And
state of South Carolina, it was legal to be married at the age 14. And the state is where we at right now. My great grandmama got married at 14 years old. My mom always tell me that story. But you know, Bill Cosby, like I say, even with that, it got to go deep into this fourth dimensional spirituality, because Bill Cosby told on himself, dog. I ain't no lawyer. If I been that man lawyer, I would have said, dog, let's keep your mouth shut. This happened 50 years ago, bro. Don't even say nothing.
Right.
Just say you plead the fifth. Nothing would have happened to you. Or just say, hell, bro, 80 years old. I don't remember what I did yesterday, let alone in 1980. You dig? So when he get up there and he say, yeah, I slip her. Wait, Lou, bro, then yeah, you deserve to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, I ain't come up trying and tell on yourself, man. Come on, the worst thing you can do is snitch on yourself. Everybody know that. So I mean, it got to be something deeper that going on, even with this crap with Kels. Like you say, never mind the 14-year-old or 16-year-old, however the girl been. We got to look at what's going on to this man right now. You think them girls who been messing with Kelly didn't know what he been into? You think he ain't like pissing on people?
They know
that.
Man,
they see the same video we see.
They know.
Right.
You feel me? Some of their parents been advocating because they're looking for a come up.
Right.
You know, you got to think about this in all different aspects. Like, if my daughter wind up going and getting, running into some older cat, and this man, I got an issue with that. You feel me?
Right.
I ain't trying to reap no benefit. I trying to deal with the situation and the capacity. My daughter ain't ready to deal with that type of stuff. You feel me?
Right.
And I know you're gonna take advantage of my daughter mentally because I know where I at mentally.
Right.
I know what I could have done in a manipulative state, how I could have manipulated younger women. You feel me? So for me caring about my child, I ain't gonna let my child dive head first into no situation like that. I looking at the interviews, this dude holding his wife up. Man, you couldn't take my daughter. I was gonna kill you.
Right.
And we ain't even got nothing to talk about. I ain't in the county facing 30.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
We ain't got nothing to talk about. All right, we ain't got to talk about nothing. I'ma smoke you, bro.
You feel ain't telling me nothing, man.
Straight violation. So for a man to be setting up that calm, this other one doing press conferences for what? That's my daughter. I gonna have first.
I feel
me?
You.
Every show I shooting the show up. You ain't having no shows in the household too with these mothers. These mothers ain't schooling their daughters enough to let their daughters know what's going on out in the real world.
Right.
Oh man, you got master manipulators out here. You feel what I'm saying? So if you ain't bridging the gap right there to teach your child better, even with the fathers, you need to be having some type of conversation with your daughter about what she can face out there.
Especially the fathers, because the fathers can give you the mental state that we be in, the things that we know we could have done to these women. You dig what I'm saying? So the fathers got to be still real close to their daughters, so that because hell, you don't know if the father had manipulated the mother to get her pregnant from the beginning.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
When I have conversations with my daughter, man, my conversations don't be like, oh, this, that, and the third. No, you getting the truth, the facts. You need to decipher that. Right. So even if you choose to bump your head, I give you 100% of the details. Right. You feel me? So I ain't sending you out in the world without the knowledge. You got the knowledge. I don't put you on point. So if you decide to shun whatever I give you and move forward on your own accord and you get caught up, that's on you.
That's on you.
I wouldn't be able to take it the way like say for example, my daughter been in a situation. You feel me? I know for a fact that I give my daughter knowledge all the time when it comes to dealing with men. You feel me? So if she choose to get caught up, then that's on her.
That mean that was something that she wanted to do.
That was something she wanted to do.
Right.
So when you look at the situation, now think about it. Like I've been discussing with you guys earlier, the lady going to the hotel to pick her daughter up out the room and the girl won't come out. Now she wind up coming out, but if my mama knock on the door for me and I hide and I got a problem, or in a situation,
my mama in there.
My
mama in there anyway. Yeah,
that's my mama.
I out, dog.
You feel
either that or your mama. My mama gonna be in there. Let her come looking for me, and I say I hide. Dog, my mama ain't about to play that right there, cuz. You know
so
what I'm
that
saying?
already been a red flag, and like you say, man, this might be a situation where he got to pay penance for something he did wrong dealing with them.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because
now it's time to pay the piper.
Yeah, you got to pay the piper. The piper got to pay the piper.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So, it's a lot of different levels to the situation, and that's why I don't really want to touch on it because people saying this man nasty, but the man been telling on himself.
Right.
You feel me? In the songs.
Well, I mean, like you say, man, that really ain't something that we need to be talking about. I mean, because in reality,
like even with him, he could have had a polygamous relationship and probably would have been in a better state. But dealing with it now.
Well, and that's why I ain't got no love for these cats. That's why I don't respect them, because out of all the bread this man been making through then and now, you ever hear about a man doing something for the people? You dig?
None of them do.
So Michael Jordan, all these people, bro, I don't have no love for them boys, because I know if I've been in that position, what I would have did to uplift my people. We out trying getting killed by the police. We out trying on drugs. We out trying can't own no property. These people got enough power where they can solidify us in one foul swoop. And I truly believe why they had to give people like Tupac off the
most of the successful people in our successful most of our successful people, even if they stockbrokers or they lawyers or they got a lot of money, whatever, they be tied to Greek fraternities.
Right.
So you always an oath with them. And the more prestigious you get, the more money you get, the more opportunity. They ain't trying to help nobody.
Nah, bro.
You feel me?
Nah.
The struggle in the hood and the struggle gonna stay with the hood. they don't feel like they done made it out. If you even think about where the kids' ideals don't even be the same as ours because they never suffer our plight.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Well,
they
that's our
they don't
play.
care.
That's our play. We need to rebuild a hood because there ain't no middle class black neighborhoods in Charleston, bro. There ain't no decent black neighborhoods in Charleston, bro. What's wrong with us, cuz? So I mean, like I said, it's gonna take us lower class people to build us back up because the so-called leaders of our community definitely ain't doing it for us. You dig? I know you got to agree with me on that. I know they ain't doing nothing in Charleston, bro. You dig what I'm saying? And these government officials, y'all boy can go elect Keith Summey and Clyburn and Riley or Tech, whoever y'all boy want to elect, man. Them people don't do nothing for y'all.
Bro, I don't get into politics due to the fact that I know what politics stand on. Politics, the whole political structure in reverse.
Right.
We've been Republicans. We've been running the government.
Don't even do that. Don't do them yet.
Right. But you know,
we get on
the whole government situation is a sham, man.
That's gonna be one for the boy, man.
Like they got this whole government situation just misconstrued, like, and running the vote. I just seen people on social media sites talking about voting would have stopped the government shutdown, ETC. Voting ain't stopping that.
Right. They ain't realize the government been shutting down every year during tax time for the past, 6-7 years?
6-7 years.
Every year tax time they shut down.
I just showed them that a lot of good land and a lot of good properties that's out here is going to be up for grabs.
Right.
You know, they do them auctions.
Right.
And you ain't got no money, you can't go get you a piece of land for $6,000 or $7,000.
Right.
You know, you can't go get it right now. We gonna sweep all this up, so we gonna hold y'all money.
Right.
Just in case somebody do tell y'all. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a crazy situation, man. You got to think of all the prime real estate that being sold around here, being sold for dirt cheap. Why? It's because we ain't even focused on paying attention to it.
Right.
You know, the same government y'all running to try to vote in and be a part of is the same one destroying y'all. I know for a fact polygamy isn't for me.
Right. Polygamy for me. Polygamy for you too. If the situation been different, the situation been different for me, that's why I'm saying too. I ain't the same boat as you. I ain't trying to say I trying to run out right now and go get 3-4 wives at 40 years old. You dig what I'm saying? But I saying that even you, I listen to what you say, big homie. That your situation will be much better if at 20 years old you had all of them boy together. Y'all boy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the page for future conversations. We're going to be hitting on this a couple times. If y'all got any suggestions or what y'all want to hear us discuss or y'all want to join the conversation, leave a comment below. You dig? We always open to the discussion. We don't know everything. We're trying to build our nation back. You dig? Got to all day.